further ado, let me bring up our brother Herman Muhammad, a good brother, a studious, a very consistent brother, since I've known him in the Nation of Islam. So let me bring him up so that he can delve right into his subject, and hopefully we will hope and pray that you open your mind and your heart and your ear, because the Quran says only he believes who listen. Right. So listen very carefully as brother comes up to deliver the subject, a new man and a new woman for a new world. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Let's keep it going for Brother Gerald, please. First, let me say, thank you, brother. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Yeah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. As students...
This is a messenger?
Yes, ma'am.
He was kind of SOB of God.
We got to talk after.
I'm just going to say this because I was in jail and I read, at 12 I read the autobiography of Elijah too.
Okay.
Who became Elijah Muhammad. I know y'all's goal is to get a few states where we all live.
You up on it. We're going to talk after the meeting though.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir.
All right.
No.
Appreciate you, sister. But let me say again, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. As students of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we thank Allah and give praise to him for all of his messengers and all of the scriptures that they brought. We thank Allah for Abraham and Moses and the Abrahamic prophets and the revelation of the Torah or the Old Testament. We thank Allah for Jesus, the disciples, the apostles, and the divine revelation of the Holy Injil or the Gospel, the New Testament. We thank Allah for Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah of 1400 years ago and the divine revelation of the Holy Quran. May the peace and blessings of Almighty God be upon each and every one of these worthy servants of his. But as students of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we are eternally grateful to Allah for his intervention in our affairs.
Yes, sir. In
the divine person of Master Farad Muhammad, he is the one whom we refer to as the Great Mahdi, or the long-awaited Messiah of the Christians and the Jews. We thank him for raising up in our midst a beautiful Georgia-born black man who my sister just talked about. His name used to be Elijah Poole, but we now know him as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
A divine messenger of Allah. A beautiful black man whose work amongst our people and amongst oppressed people in the world is unprecedented. But if I could live to be 1,000, I could never thank Allah for the divine example of a beautiful black man that we have in our midst. A leader, teacher, and guide in the absence of the leader, teacher, and guide.
Yes, sir.
A beautiful example of a man. Many of us never knew a man.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that person of whom I speak is none other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And in their three holy and righteous names, and in the names of all of the prophets and messengers of God, I greet you in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
How's everyone?
Fine, sir.
Praise be to
Yes,
Allah.
sir.
I'm doing fine as well. Just thanking Allah for waking up this morning and somewhat being in my right mind.
Yes, sir.
I said somewhat being in my right mind. Because this is a world that'll make you go crazy.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Did everyone have a good Christmas?
No.
You know, we talked about Christmas a couple of weeks ago, sister, and the origins of it, and you know, where it all came from. And as I'm, you know, pulling up on this subject, I was just thinking about it, because, you know, we can, like I said, we know the origins of it, we know what it's for, we know that we've been greatly deceived in regards to what the holiday really means, right? Or the so-called holiday really means. And as a Muslim, you know, we don't celebrate Christmas.
That's right. That's right.
And I've been in the Nation of Islam for close to almost 30 years now. It's unbelievable. But, so I haven't celebrated Christmas in, you know, at least that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
But I'm still reminded during this time of year of how programmed we really are. You know, Brother Gerald talked about a little bit in his opening, man, about this made man and this enemy of ours who has really programmed us to move in a certain way.
Yes, sir.
And so, as a Muslim, I like to think that, you know, look, I got some Islam. I'm not dealing with none of that craziness that the world has introduced to us. In fact, when I accepted Islam, I like to think that I put on a new man.
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Gone, boy.
That I put on, if I'm a sister, a new woman, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
our thinking changes.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
But, you know, during Christmas time, because this is a time of year where the families get together, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
Where we celebrate certain traditions that our families may or may not have. You know, there's a lot of positive things that happen during this time of year. There's a outreach to our less fortunate brothers and sisters who may be experiencing some homelessness or poverty. You know, people reach out. There's meals and, you know, all sorts of outreach during this time of year. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tis the season, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we need that type of outreach all year.
All
Come on,
year.
come on,
Yes,
come
sir.
on.
Not just in December.
Yes, sir.
But again, I'm rolling, you know, thinking I'm unaffected, but all of a sudden in my mind, just because of this time of year, because I'm programmed to a certain degree, hey, look, man, I just get to sing it. Chestnuts roasted.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Right? Or don't let that Silent Night by the Temptations come on the radio. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man, when that joker hit that high note, oh my goodness.
Come on, come on.
Even though I'm a Muslim, right? But it shows you just how programmed we really are. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes, sir.
It's like, and it's not like we're programmed like a computer, right? Because a computer is programmed, but we're not patterned after a computer. A computer is patterned after us. Is that right?
Right.
So certain things, you know, you're just going to do automatically during this time of year because you program. And you see it on the television, you know. Santa Claus is coming to town, Silent Night, Holy Night. You're going to get all of that.
That's right.
And we're familiar with all of that. And I'm just so glad that Christmas is over. But after Christmas, what comes next, right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
The New Year.
Yes, sir.
And what are we programmed to do for the New Year?
Yes, sir.
My drink on.
What are we programmed to do?
Yeah.
Right, G? We got to bring it in. We got to bring it in, man. It's 2018. We let that thing go. We bring it in 2019.
Yeah.
First thing we do, man, is we think about what club we going to. Because we got to get lit. Right? That's what we're programmed to do. There's a club, as a matter of fact, downtown that's called Lit.
Go ahead.
There's a club called Lit. So we gonna go, we gonna get our drink on, get our wine, or whatever we drink. I don't even know what we drink now.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
And we can't wait for the ball to drop, for it to say 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we praying. We praying that we standing next to some fine sister.
Yes, sir.
Because when they say Happy New Year, man, we get to plant some sugar on her.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't that what we do? Ain't that what we programmed to do? So, our subject is put on a new man. And the subject comes from the scriptures, right? The book of
Yes, sir.
Ephesians,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
where Jesus is talking to his disciples, his followers, and he's telling them that they need to take off the old man and put on the new man. Right?
Right.
Because in the new year,
What chapter, what verse?
it's chapter 4.
Chapter
Matter of fact, I'm going to pull my Bible out.
Oh, it's
I'm going to read it together.
Ephesians chapter.
It's chapter 4,
Okay.
the book of Ephesians, and we'll start on the 17th verse.
17.
And it says, "This I say therefore and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind,
Yes, sir.
having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. Who being past feeling have given themselves over to lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Christ, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Jesus, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitfulness or deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Yes, sir.
And that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness." Right? So, we desire to put on the new man. Right? We want to throw off the old man. We want to put on the new man. Now, during this time of year, many of us will do what they call New Year's resolutions. Is that right? Is that right?
Right, that's right.
Because we want to start this year off new. So we're gonna make a resolution that we're gonna do something, make a change, whether it be lose some weight, eat right, go to the gym, get our business right, whatever it is. And a resolution, by definition, is a firm decision to do or not to do something, or the action of solving a problem, dispute, or contentious matter. Right? That's a resolution. But if you break the word down, resolution just means re-solution.
Yes, sir.
It's to come up with an answer again. An answer to the problem that you already have. Right? So many of us make New Year's resolutions. But like I said, the gyms is filled, man, the first of the year.
Yes, sir.
Right? We go into the grocery store, we getting the best foods, man, the first of the year, sometimes even into February.
Yeah.
But usually by March, April, man, hey, look, gyms is empty again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And we back to feeding our faces with fast food and all sorts of crap that ain't no good for us, right?
Right.
Because the resolution is really a temporary thing. Many of us don't have the will
That's right.
to make a resolution permanent. Right?
Right.
But here's the other thing that happens during this time of year. Because we are so programmed. The other thing that happens, besides families coming together in positive ways and whatnot, is that you got all sorts of ill things that happen during this time.
Yes, sir.
Depression goes up, right? Sadness increases. Suicide
Yes, sir.
is at an all-time high during this time of year.
Right.
And it's because we're programmed to think that this is the season to be cheery and that our families are together and whatnot, and that we're getting all of these beautiful gifts that we may or may not deserve, or we're buying gifts for people who may or may not deserve them, right?
Right.
But when things don't turn out the way that we think they should be because we are programmed, then all of a sudden we get depressed. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Man, this year, and like I said, I'm not immune to the whole holiday season. I can't say that I am, even though I've been in Islam for a long time. But this year is the first year that my mother's gone during the holidays. And so, even though I don't celebrate Christmas, my mom celebrates Christmas. So I always go and see moms. You know what I mean?
Right.
Moms love to get stuff to her grandbabies and just, you know, that whole family piece, right?
Yeah.
That's missing. And so I find myself feeling different. Right?
Yes, sir. Go
Because
ahead, brother.
I'm programmed to think that it's supposed to be a certain way. A couple of years ago, my older sister committed suicide during this time of year.
Go ahead, brother.
In November. But at the time, we had no idea that she had any sort of depression. None. This is a 60-something-year-old woman.
Yes, sir.
A couple of weeks ago, right before Christmas, a little brother, he used to work at the barbershop. I have a little store in the back of the barbershop. He used to have a brother who rented the space.
Yes, sir.
One of his co-workers, little cheery brother, good little brother, we used to joke all the time. He committed suicide. Got 2 young daughters.
Yes, sir.
Then we like, damn, I had no idea the brother had any sort of depression whatsoever.
Right.
But it was something going on in his mind, right?
Yes, sir.
That he couldn't handle it. And you know, here's the thing too, I want to say while we're on this subject. We need to stop, as a people, judging one another when it comes to mental illness.
That's right.
The stigma has to be, we got to get rid of that stigma. You know what I mean? If you feeling a certain way, depressed or sad, you know, black people, man, we hide it. We internalize it. And I gotta say this, man, if we black and in America, we all experience
Yes, sir.
some form of mental illness.
Yes, sir. Come on. Come on. Yes,
Every
sir.
single one of
Yes,
us.
sir. Come on.
We have been destroyed.
Yes, sir.
And so we've got to find a way to talk about whatever it is that makes us sad and whatever it is that makes us depressed. Because God wants to make us into a new man and a new woman.
That's right. Come on, brother.
He really does. And, you know, I love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan because he's helping us to take away that stigma.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Of mental illness. He gave us the tools to deal with that. You know, it's controversial to a lot of people, if you've ever heard of it, Dianetics.
Yes, sir.
But what Dianetics is really just talking about the problems that you have mentally.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times, that's all you need to do is talk about it, get it out there,
Yes, sir.
and deal with it. Right?
That's right.
But it's that time of year.
Yes, sir. Come
We're
on.
programmed to where if things aren't the way that we think they should be, man, look, I'm depressed. I didn't get what I wanted for Christmas. I didn't get to spend no time with my family, you know. Whatever the case may be, we're depressed. But it's because we really don't have that relationship with the God that we need to have. I gotta say that.
Go ahead, brother. Go
I
ahead.
gotta say that. We
Yes,
really
sir.
don't have that relationship with the God that we need to have. We really don't have the right program in our brain.
Yes, sir.
See, when we come into the Nation of Islam, we have what we call the Muslim program. Now, it's in the back of the paper, right?
Yes, sir.
And it talks about what the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe. That's a Muslim program.
Yes, sir.
However, it's more than what the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe. The Muslim program is having a divine relationship with your Lord. See, if you can't talk to nobody, you could always talk to God.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But what is the relationship that we have with Him? Where are we looking to find Him? See, the enemy tricked us about who God really is.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
So with Christmas, we're saying that we're celebrating the birth of the Son of God, but it's a little white baby.
Yeah.
But so if that's the Son of God, then His Father got to be white.
Yes, sir. Right.
That is not the God that we need to have a relationship with.
That's right.
We've always had a relationship with white people.
That's right. Right.
And it's always been imbalanced.
That's right.
It's always been wrapped with injustice.
That's right.
Right?
Go ahead.
See, the God that we need to have a relationship is the God within.
Yes, sir.
See, we got to stop looking up and we got to start looking in. Because we got a God.
Yes, sir. Right.
The Muslims have a prayer. And we're going to go from Bible to Quran. The Muslims have a prayer that we open up with, right? And it's called Al-Fatiha.
Yes, sir.
And it starts out in Arabic, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Yes, sir.
Now, that means in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
Yes, sir.
But Rabbil Alameen is more than just the Lord of the world. Rabbil Alameen means the Lord, nourisher, and sustainer of all the world, who nourishes a thing and nurtures a thing from its beginning stage, stage after stage, until its eventual perfection.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good teaching.
Go ahead.
See, that's the Lord, that's the God that we need to have a relationship
Yes,
with.
sir.
Not no God outside of self, but a God within self. We all have the ability to heal self.
Yes, sir.
Once we know God.
That's right.
Right?
Yes,
but
sir.
if we don't ever know God, man, we never gonna be able to heal ourselves. We gonna stay sick. And many of us get sick, not just mentally, but physically this time of year, just
Yes,
because of what ails us mentally.
That's right.
Oh man, it's all connected. Rabbi Alameen. Right? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead,
So, in the Quran, there's another chapter entitled The Manifestation of Losses, or At-Tagabuni, right?
Yes, sir.
And what it deals with is what happens when we reject the messages of a messenger of God that is really for our own healing.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read a little bit for you.
Go ahead. Come on,
This is
brother. Come
powerful.
on.
This is powerful.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't have this book, Holy Quran, you should definitely get one. Let us know. We'll do our best to help you get one.
Yes, sir.
This book is a book wherein there is no doubt. I gotta say that.
Right.
It is mathematically precise.
Bible is also
It is a book that absolutely is a rule book that will teach you how, in fact, to live. This Holy Quran. It verifies the truth, sister, in this Bible.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
The manifestation of losses. Now listen good. It says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth glorifies Allah. His is the kingdom and His the praise. And He is possessor of power over all things. He it is who created you, but one of you is a disbeliever and one of you is a believer. And Allah is seer of what you do.
Amen.
He created the heavens and the earth with truth. And He shaped you and made goodly your shapes, and to Him is the resort. He knows what is in the heavens and the earth. And He knows what you hide and what you manifest. And Allah is knower of what is in the heart.
Come on.
Has there not come to you the story of those who disbelieved before, then tasted the evil consequences of their conduct, and they had a painful chastisement?
Come on.
That is because there came to them their messengers with clear arguments. But they said, shall mortals guide us? So they disbelieved and turned away. And Allah is above all need, and Allah is self-sufficient, praised. Oh man, I'm going to just stop there for a minute.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Because all of us, have had a messenger.
That's right.
All of us know what the right thing is to do.
Yes, sir.
Every single one of us.
Yes, sir.
But it's just a few of us, by Allah's permission, who practice what it is that we know we're supposed to do. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. You right, brother.
All of us. But Allah knows that when we do that which we're not supposed to do, we're going to suffer losses. There's going to be God. In the, we have a we have a question in the Supreme Wisdom of the Muslims. And this is the book of lessons given to us by Master Father Muhammad, who we talked about in our opening. It's a book of lessons. It's questions and answers. It's really a conversation between Master Father Muhammad and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But it really speaks to the mathematical nature of the original man, right? And how we do what we do, or how we're supposed to do what we do, right? So, in Islam, we don't deal with resolutions in terms of the new year. As followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we are taught that the original man writes his history in advance and then walks into it.
Walks right into it, yes sir.
What does that mean? Because many of us have that ability even before we come to Islam.
Yes sir.
But somewhere along the way in this system of white supremacy, we're programmed not to use it. It's basically called foresight.
Yes sir. Go ahead, brother.
So the question is asked in Supreme Wisdom lesson number 2, question number 1. Who made the Holy Quran or Bible?
Go ahead, brother.
Will you? That's right, sister. Will you tell us why does Islam, listen to this, renew her history every 25,000 years?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's heavy. That's heavy because we're asking the question as to who actually wrote the Bible and the Holy Quran.
Wait till the great man finish speaking, so we might have a chance.
The great man. We'll address your question, sister, right after.
Unbelievable. We have to.
No, I thought he was asking a question.
Oh, yes,
That's what I thought.
Listen.
We'll address your questions right after.
That's the question. So the answer is the Holy Quran or Bible is made by the original people, who is Allah, the supreme being, or black man of Asia. The Quran will expire in the year 25,000, 9,080 years from the date of this writing. The nation of Islam is all wise and does everything right and exact. The planet Earth, which is the home of Islam and is approximately 25,000 miles in circumference, so the wise man of the East, black man, makes history of Quran to equal his home circumference a year to every mile. And thus, every time his history lasts 25,000 years, he renews it for another 25,000 years. So, Bible and Quran take us right up to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us the hereafter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
But we renew our history. And so what I'm saying to us in terms of putting on a new man is what you need to do is write your own history.
Yeah.
And then walk right into it.
Yes, sir.
It happens. We are the original people of the earth. But that knowledge has been lost to us.
Yes.
But if we desire a thing, all we have to do is write it and then will ourselves into that whole situation. Example. If you want to do something going forward from this point, if you want to put on a new man, put on a new woman, write down what it is that you want to do.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Write it down. Write it down.
Right.
And then work out in your mind the steps that you need to take to achieve it. It might take you more than a year. But see, we're not talking about a resolution, a resolution. We're talking about a solution.
Yes, sir.
Right? So you write that thing down and then you walk into it. So if you got goals about owning your own business, write it down. Right? If you got goals about having a family, write it down. Write what type of wife that you want. See, we've lost the ability to reason. We've lost the ability really to think a lot of times. We're more reactive than we are proactive.
Yes, sir.
So if we want a certain thing and we write that thing down, we're going to look for exactly what we want as opposed to settling for what it is that we get.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, Brother Herman. Come on.
You did what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, if you want to get married, as a for instance, what type of woman do you want?
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What type of husband do you want if you want to get married?
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, brother.
What type of
See,
wife
because
do you
once you start writing it down, man, you're gonna look beyond the superficial. You're gonna look beyond the physical, and you're gonna
Yes,
look
sir.
deeper,
Yes, sir.
man. You're gonna look deeper. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna be about the physical attributes of that person. It's gonna be what the spiritual or the mental attributes are. So if I want to get married to a sister, I want a sister who's gonna be spiritual.
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I want a sister who's gonna be modest in her mind.
Yes,
I
sir.
want a sister who loves her people.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
I want a sister who's on her deen. You know what I mean? That's the religion. That's the type of sister I want. So when that other sister comes, man, you're not looking towards that.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, yes, sir.
That's right.
It's like, no, thank you, sis. I already wrote down what it is that I want.
Yeah.
This ain't part of that
Yes,
history.
sir.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And it's the same thing with your business, man. Look, I want to open up a auto mechanic shop, right? Now I got to think of what it is that I need to do in order to make that thing happen. I need to find a space that I can afford. That's one, right?
Yes, sir.
You thinking now.
Yes, sir.
You thinking now. So I need to find a space that I can afford. I'm going to not just work on any particular car, but now since I know Toyotas, I'm certified in Toyotas, I'm going to work specifically on Toyotas. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes,
now
sir.
your focus is narrowing. And when you put out those thoughts about what it is that you want to do specifically, man, it's not a spooky thing, but the universe is going to bring that right into your path.
Right,
Ooh,
right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We write our history 25,000 years in advance. How do you think that a prophet can be a prophet?
Yeah. Go ahead.
A prophet is a prophet because the history has already been written.
Yeah.
And then the God whispers into the ear of the prophet, lets him know, and says, go tell the people.
Yeah, that's right. That's
But the
right.
history already written.
Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful.
Are you listening?
Beautiful
Yes, sir.
teaching, brother. Beautiful teaching.
I mean, you
Yes, sir.
got to think about this, man. This is heavy.
Beautiful teaching, brother.
Men's man, without wearing what y'all gonna do.
But,
They gonna love each other.
so when you start to write your history, and here's the other thing that you have to do in order to be able to write that sort of history. Are y'all ready? Because this is the most important part.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Come on with it. Come on with
In
it.
order to write that sort of history, and there are those who write that history and they don't do this, but I'm saying in order to be the most effective, is you got to submit your will to do the will of Allah. Not your will, but His will. You say, what is that? You have to follow the example of all of the prophets and the messengers and the righteous ones who came before you. I don't care which one.
Go ahead, brother.
I don't care which one. You know, that's entirely up to you. If you want to follow the example of Abraham, all praise.
Yeah, that's
to
right.
Allah.
Go ahead.
If you want to follow the example of Moses, all praise is due to Allah. If you want to follow the example of Jesus, all praise is due to Allah. If you want to follow Prophet Muhammad's example, all praise is due to Allah. If you want to follow David, all praise is due to Allah. Pick one. and follow their example. They are servants of the one true God.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And Allah is going to bless you based upon your submission.
Yes, sir.
But you can't do it if you don't follow one of their examples or all of their examples. But I'm going to make it even easier for you. Follow the example of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You ain't got to read.
Yes,
You can get on YouTube and watch a video.
Yeah.
Study him. He's a man who's in your midst right now.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Right.
And he's writing history in advance.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
All praise is due
Yes,
to
sir.
Allah.
Yes,
All
sir.
praise due to Allah.
All praise is due to Allah. That man said, man, he said he wanted to take it back when he said it. He said, man, I want to take 1 million black men to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Just say it. But it wasn't him that was saying it. He's following the example of his Lord to the point where now God is speaking through him.
Yeah, that's right. That's
But he
right.
put it out there and just walked right into the
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't 1 million, it was 2.
2 million. That's right.
Like these black women on the main they won't talk to us.
But here's the other thing, brothers and sisters, that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is teaching us. And that is, the messenger said that he didn't come to make a nation of followers. He came to make a nation of God.
That's right. Right. That's right.
Now, understanding that a God, just break the word down, just means one who is a possessor of power and force.
That's right.
See, we all have the power and the force to change our own lives. We all have the power to write our own history. Huh? But we have to get into the mindset to where we're going to submit to the one true God in order to do that. There is no other way. See, the devil has been able to write history in advance to a certain degree as well.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But understand that even though he is a devil, he is also submitting to the will of God. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
That's a little confusing, right?
Go ahead.
He's the devil, but he's submitting to the will of
Break it
God.
down. He got to.
See, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that with regards to the devil, we made them to do this devilish.
That's right. That's right.
Huh?
Right.
Remember, this is heavy. That Allah is Rabbil Alameen. He is the Lord, nourisher, and sustainer of the world, who nurtures a thing from one stage after stage, until its eventual perfection.
Yes, sir.
See, the devil came from the original.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
Heavy teaching, man. The devil came from the original. We made him to do this devilishment. Why did God make a devil? Because in his nurturing a thing stage after stage, he's nurturing and evolving his own self. And so when he created himself, so teaches the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he saw something in himself that he did not like. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
He saw something in himself that he did not like. And so he wanted to perfect himself, so he took that thing that he did not like out of himself.
Yeah, that's right.
Devil.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Isolated it in order to destroy it.
Yes, sir. Go
Oh,
ahead,
man.
Go ahead.
Oh man, it's heavy, but study what I'm saying. saying.
That's right.
Study what I'm saying. This is absolute truth.
Right.
Remember, when you talk about Lucifer, Lucifer was a fallen angel.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, he was of God.
Right.
Do y'all know what Lucifer means?
Go ahead.
This is the one who got the light.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, my goodness. All praises due to Allah. But he saw something in himself that he did not like. He decided to destroy it. But that thing that he does not like, it's in us as well. But by submitting our will to do the will of Allah, we are also isolating that thing that God does not like in order to destroy it.
That's right.
See, we all got a little devil in self.
That's right.
All of us.
Yes, sir.
That's what make us go to lick and get licked. That's the little devil in self.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
But if we practice and practice and practice not going to lick, but doing the right thing, taking care of our families, going to work. I mean, if you want to play, but you can play righteously. Is that right?
That's right.
Getting lit, we take on, getting lit is taking on that evil spirit. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't that what they call liquor?
Yes, sir.
Spirit.
But Jesus came in and didn't drink, but all I didn't drink, right?
That's right.
Ain't his grave somewhere over there in Mecca? Here's in Medina.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
We go see the empty tomb. If I don't get to go to the Holy Land.
You going for sure. Praise be to Allah.
That went right on my head, just like David left.
Destroying that devil means we have to submit ourselves to this Muslim program.
Yes, sir. That's right.
That's it. That's it. Putting on a new man and putting on a new woman means we have to submit ourselves to the Muslim program and let go of the devil's program. Right?
Yes, sir.
The Muslim program means that we practice righteousness. That we do unto our brother and our sister as we would have done unto ourselves.
Yes,
that's the golden rule.
That's the golden rule.
That we do our best, man, to stay away from that which we know is of evil. We shun evil and we do what is good. There's also a surah in the Quran entitled The Time. This is a short surah, but it is beautiful. And surah just means chapter, right?
Yes, sir.
But the time, it's called Al-Asr. And this is a beautiful rule that we can live by. Remember, I said this is a rule book, this Holy Quran. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, by the time, surely man is in loss, except those who believe and do good, and exhort one another to truth, and exhort one another to patience. That's a powerful surah.
Right.
Because if we doing good, man, we shunning the devil.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's right.
It's that simple. Just do good. Do good when you know you're supposed to do good. Do good all the time. Because God is good. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All praises be to
And he's
Allah.
terrible in his doing.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Could be
Praise
better.
Allah.
Could be worse. God's a good God, yes, he is.
Absolutely. We've got to submit ourselves to this holy Muslim program. I want to go back just to the manifestation of losses and just continue reading just a little bit, because it's such a beautiful chapter. Those who disbelieve think that they will not be raised. Say, I, by my Lord, you will certainly be raised. Then you will certainly be informed of what you did, and that is easy to Allah. So believe in Allah and His messenger, and the light which we have revealed. And Allah is aware of what you do. The day when He will gather you for the day of gathering. That is the day of the manifestation of losses. And whoever believes in Allah and does good, He will remove from him his evil and cause him to enter gardens wherein rivers flow. To abide therein forever, that is a great achievement. Now I want to stop there.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh man, that's so beautiful, man. The day when He will gather you for the day of gathering, that is the day of the manifestation of losses. And whoever believes in Allah and does good, He will remove from him his evil and cause him to enter gardens wherein rivers flow. To abide therein forever, that is the great achievement. So listen, we're taught in Islam that we all have a book.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We all have a book
Yes, sir.
of deeds. And on the right hand is the good deeds.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Right, sir.
And on the left hand is the bad deeds. And it is your job.
Yeah.
It is your job to make sure that at the end of the day, when we all gather, that this side outweighs
This side.
this side.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because the more good you do, it wipes out the bad.
Yes, sir.
That even if you're a prostitute, sisters, or even if you're a pimp, brothers, once you begin to do good, after a while, people will forget that you were a prostitute,
Yeah.
and people will forget that you were a pimp.
That's right.
That those sins are thrown into the sea of forgetfulness.
That's right.
Oh, that's such a beautiful
Yes,
thing,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
That's such a beautiful thing because we all are in need of forgiveness. Every single one of us
Yes, sir. All right.
stand in need of forgiveness.
That's right.
And I think a lot, like Brother Gerald said, man, that, you know, I'm not the person that I used to be.
Yeah.
I don't do what I used to do. I'm practicing a new way of life. I'm doing my best to put on a new man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
writing a new history.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to leave or get out of my face?
Come on, sister. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Praise be to Allah. It's all right. But yeah, I thank Allah, and we all should thank Allah that we have that. We have that ability right now to continue to do good. We have the ability right now to continue to write that new history.
That's right.
You ever heard the saying that it's never too late to become what you might have been?
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
Say that again, brother.
Did you hear me?
Say that
It's
again.
never too late to become what you might have been.
Go ahead.
Because as long as you still got life, you still got to change.
That's right.
As long as you still walking and breathing and talking, man, you still got a chance to be whatever it is that you ever wanted to be.
Yes, sir.
You just got to be willing to do that work. And I got to tell you that God is with you. You and I, brothers and sisters, are absolutely the people of God.
Right.
And so if we are the people of God, and we absolutely are, that means we are the people of God's favor. Y'all feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good teaching, brother.
I mean, really, do y'all
And I'm not supposed to, though.
do y'all My sister, praise be to her. Do y'all know what it means to be your mother or your father's favorite child? I met your father too, Sister Tanya. Yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. I mean, that's a very special thing for a mom or a dad to say, "You my favorite." That's a very special thing. So God is saying to us, the original people of the planet, that you are my favorite. You are my favorite because of what you have gone through. You are my favorite because you have been destroyed by the world, yet you still standing. They have done their best, brother and sister, to destroy us. Y'all do realize that, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, they took everything from us. Everything? Everything. They took everything from us, and then they don't give us nothing.
That's
and
right.
then they ask the question, why are you niggas complaining?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do y'all realize that?
Yes, sir.
I mean, when you think about who we are as a people and where we are as a people, it's a wonder. We gotta be the people of God.
That's right.
We have to be.
That's right.
Because they took everything. They took our name,
Yeah.
our language,
Yeah.
our culture,
That's right.
our folk ways, our
Yes, sir.
moral ways,
Yes,
our
sir.
God.
Yes, sir.
They made us into property.
That's right.
Shadow slaves.
Yes, sir.
And they never even so much as apologized. They never have given us anything.
That's right. That's right.
And yet we still, not only do we survive, but we thrive.
That's right.
Whenever given the opportunity, we ascend to the highest heights of their civilization.
Yes, sir.
You and I,
Yes, sir.
God's favorite.
Yes, sir.
Because we are God's.
That's right. Yes, sir.
But we still have an awesome responsibility. Especially once we come into knowledge to be God.
Yes, sir.
To be who we're supposed to be. You know, the devil has created a world that he is the master of. His time is up. All praise is due to Allah. But it still appears that he is in power. And the thing that we cannot beat him at is being the devil.
Yeah, that's right.
We trying, but you can't beat the devil at being the devil. He's gonna outwicked you every time.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you're a gang banger, if you're a gang banger, you going around killing people in your neighborhood and selling dope, man, that ain't nothing compared to what the devil is doing.
That's right.
He's a global gang banger.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He don't kill just people in the neighborhood, he kills nations.
That's right.
Destabilize governments.
Yeah, that's right.
Rob them of all their natural resources.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't beat him at being a devil.
No way.
No way.
No way.
There have been 328 mass shootings this year.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
only 365 days
Yeah.
in a year.
That's right. That's right.
328, and they all committed by white men.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
can't beat the devil at being the devil.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing that we can beat him at, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, is being righteous.
Being righteous. Yes, sir. Go
You
ahead.
beat him at that, hands down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are at your most powerful when you are being your name of Islam. And you study the history of other black organizations. I mean, and you can name one: Crow, SCLC, Black Panther Party. whomever,
Right.
the devil destroyed them all.
All
Do the knowledge now. Do the knowledge. The only one that he didn't destroy was the nation of Islam.
Right. N-O-I.
You say, well, wait a minute, brother, the nation fell. Yeah, the nation fell. But we fell of our own volition.
Again.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
We fell based upon our own misunderstanding.
Yes, sir.
We couldn't beat the devil as the Black Panther Party.
That's right. That's right.
Couldn't.
No way.
Because we walking around, we got guns that we got from him.
Yeah, that's right.
Ammo too. Yes, sir.
Right? You can't have a gun that you get from the devil and think that he's going to give you more powerful weaponry and
that's
ammunition than he got.
That's right. That's right.
You can't. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he disarmed us.
That's right.
Even though we had the most, and still have, the most superior military organization that black people have ever seen. The mighty FOI.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
He didn't allow us to carry weapons. Still don't.
Yeah. That's right.
All them brothers around the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan look like they could eat nails and kill concrete. Don't none of them brothers have no weapons.
Not one.
But he disarmed us because he knew that if we had weapons, we would be destroyed.
That's right.
Our righteousness is the only thing that sustains us.
That's right. Right. Right.
We're armed with righteousness. The devil cannot defeat righteousness.
That's right.
Y'all ever seen them old movies where the vampire comes and you know, he ready to suck the person's blood, but all they gotta do is pull up a cross?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now that vampire, I mean, he's cold with it, right? He's super strong, he's vicious, supernatural strength, you know, but all that person gotta do is put up a cross. And the vampire gotta step back.
Yeah.
The cross is indicative of righteousness.
That's right.
Even though it's not, we know what it really is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's supposed to be. The devil cannot defeat us as long as we are righteous. The devil cannot defeat us as long as we adhere to our Muslim program.
That's right.
And when I say Muslim program, Muslim just means one who submits to do the will of God.
That's right.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get caught up in labels. You can be a Christian and be a Muslim. You could be a Hebrew or a Jew and be a Muslim. You could be a Buddhist and be a Muslim.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, right.
If you, as long as you practice righteousness and you submit to do the will of the one God, and you Muslim.
Good.
Just like that.
That's right.
I don't care what you call yourself. It's your actions that dictate what it is that you are. Because you could call you Muslim and be doing unrighteousness and you're not a Muslim at all. You're actually a devil and a hypocrite.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's what we have to be on, brothers and sisters. We have to be on our Muslim program. The resolution that we should make this year is not a resolution at all. We just need to get with the solution that has already been brought to us, and that is the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis. With that, thank you, family. I want to thank you all for coming out, man. I love you all. I love my sister, even though she's tripping. But I want to greet you all in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Now, I want to say, at this time, I do want to open the floor. I know our sister has some questions. She's out. But does anyone have any questions about what you heard taught here today, or any questions about the Nation of Islam, or anything that we can answer? If there are any questions, please raise your hand. We'll address them. Any questions? Praise be to Allah. Well, I do have a couple of questions. I think I've seen everyone here, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Is there anybody here for the first, second, third time? Anybody? We all pretty much know the drill. Praise be to Allah. Well, I do want to ask, on top of that, even though everyone's here, do we all believe that what we heard here is the truth and it's good for our people? If we do, sure. Praise be to Allah. It is the truth and it is good for our people. Praise. And I want to give the people, of course, the opportunity, if you would like to. If anyone, after hearing what you heard taught here today and believing it being the truth and good for our people, if any of you would like to stand with us and help to get this truth over to our people, please stand right where you are. Would anyone like to do that? Anyone? All praises due to Allah. Micah stood about 10 times. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. And we'll keep